Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 17 College Football Playoff Opening Round. We are back for the final game as number 9 Tennessee goes on the road to number 8 Army. We got two of our three at-large teams and it's going to be one heck of a game. Winner goes on to face Washington in the Fiesta Bowl, our number 1 seed. As always, guys, this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in anytime, claim a team. You can set the playbooks. You can recruit players, participate in server games for rewards, and build your team up to make the playoff and go try and win a national championship where you get real-life merch and trophies and all that kind of stuff. So it's a fun time. Links are in any of our descriptions. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We got Army, CPU team, had the hardest schedule in the country, won 9 games. Bit of a surprise CFP entrant. Tennessee, been one of the better teams all season. I've lost a couple tight ones in the SEC play, but they have a win over number 2 Southern Miss. So that's why they're both here. We're going to have a fun time. As always, we'll go through both rosters, then we'll watch the game in its entirety. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Let me just finish our theme song here. I don't get to hear it, unfortunately, but it is always great. And if you missed any of the playoffs so far, this is the way the first round has shooken out. We started out with Auburn taking down UTSA. Notre Dame could not beat the Cyclones. Baylor beats Hawaii. Then we got Iowa to beat Ohio Mania to set up the Cy-Hawk matchup in the Cotton Bowl. And then we just came from Atlanta where Georgia Tech took down Bryce Beers, and they'll be in the Peach Bowl. So very fun quarterfinals set up. We're missing one final piece, so we'll see who adds their name to the quarterfinal lists. And in this game, Tennessee and Army have never played before. So we've got a fully new set of teams, new matchup-agami, if you will. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So for Tennessee, they are led by Adam Dukes. He was a Heisman finalist this year, 97 overall. Running back SFA player Dennis Martell, who was a Heisman finalist last season. Benji Brown, also an SFA player. At wide receiver, you have Brian Hall, SFA player Trent Fox, and Brian Slaughter. At tight end, Marcus Deschwind. Offensive line looks like this. They've got SFA player Juala Limpombo, and really good offensive line across the board on paper. Tennessee, typically one of the higher rated teams in the country. On defense, Nathan Jordan. You got Gerard Beebe, the SFA player. In the middle, Craig Ryan. And at linebacker, Buddy Blackwood, SFA player. Sved Vandersloot, SFA player. Justin Hazelhurst may or may not play. And Keaton Long Slug, the SFA player. Out wide, you've got SFA player Kobe Dredd. And Bucky Hamilton, the top recruit in Season 16's class. One of them, at least. He is on defense. They also have Evan Rivero and Mario Clark. Out back, you just got a guy named Williams as their starter. SFA player Frank Black backs him up. And Kendall Bates is out for the year, so it'll be SFA player Jaleel Clark starting for him. And their kicker is going to be Danny Davis, the true freshman. So they're going against Army, who is led by quarterback Andy Gatewood. We've seen this team over the last couple of seasons on BearCave sometimes. Very rarely a game day or a watch party. He's always very entertaining to watch. Dan Robinson, he's back from injury. He's been out pretty much the entire year, but it's him and Kevin Richardson. Chad Smith, one of the higher rated fullbacks in the country. At wide receiver, Quentin Campbell. Eric Montoya, the former Oklahoma transfer. And Justin Purcell. Tight end is Trey Hudson, the only SFA player on this team. Offensive line looks like this, not nearly as good as Tennessee, but still manageable. Vernon Nelson on one end, Chad Reed on the other, and in the middle, Luke Mason, Rod Wright. Linebacker Adam Daly, Sean Whaler, Jermaine Johnson, and out wide you got Andrew Thompson, Jason Noel, and Marcus Siegel. And out back, Chris Taylor, a true freshman, and Aaron Robinson. And their kicker, Josh Schwoll, and Reggie Reed, your guy winner. So, on paper, looks like a bit of a mismatch, but Army's gone toe-to-toe with the best teams in the nation. They've beaten Iowa State, a couple other big-time teams this year. So, it's going to be a very interesting matchup. This is our 5th year since expanding to an opening round matchup, and we have been split 50-50 in the result of these games. So you never know what's going to happen. But let's get the final opening round prediction going. It is a Tennessee -10. Of course, they are the better team on paper. They are from the SEC. They were not in the SEC championship. So will Army stay with them? It's a home game for Army. They were dubbed to have a better resume than Tennessee. Let me get my thumbnail, and then we will go ahead and get our jersey matchup. I know Nick's not here, so we get to choose, which is always nice. So if you have a request for jerseys, let me know. We always have two of Army always has great jerseys. My personal favorite is I believe it's the first team. I love that jersey. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, absolutely love this jersey for Army. As we get a sub from Wind, 26 months. Thank you so much, Coach Wind. We're going to find you a really good new team if you want. He's saying he's the Tennessee head coach right now. Weird that Army only allows black shoes, but I guess that makes sense. Yep, so we got, this is the last BearCave matchup of the season. And so for Tennessee, do we go a little bit crazy here? How many jerseys do they even have? They do have black. I mean, do we go like an all black for Tennessee? I mean, kind of down for the Tennessee All Blacks. The smoky gray helmets. Why do they have blue shoes? Hold on, this might cook. So we got our first team for Army and the All Blacks here for Tennessee. So tonight we will find out our top 3. I believe first and second place has been decided, but I think third place is on the line. If Coach Fi is here, he knows kind of the outcome that we're waiting for. I think it's between Dogwater and Coach Chum Toad. So let's get on into this. Tennessee and Army. Can Army live up to the hype of the committee? And all the algorithms all year have absolutely loved Army. I don't think any of us really gave too much face until we saw their resume. 9-3, but strongest schedule in the country, I believe. Maybe only Minnesota is behind them. But both top 10 defenses, so maybe not a lot of points today, but here we go. No weather impacting this game. We're at Michie Stadium. All right, so Dogwater is cheering for Army, and Chum Toad will get third place if Tennessee wins. So literally a player on the line in this game, a 78 overall BearCave reward. It doesn't get any better than that. A whole year of BearCave coming down to one game. Michie Stadium. For those of you guys that don't know about the Army Challenge I used to run on this game before College Football 25 came out. Absolutely love this vibe. Alright, so Army will get the rock first. The 8-9 matchup, 2 at-large teams, an independent and the SEC. Winner faces Washington, our number 1 seed in the Fiesta Bowl. Here comes Army, led by Andy Gatewood. First time they've been healthy since the opening week of the season. They'll start out with the jet sweep, and they get 5 for Kevin Richardson. This is their first team alternate. Second and 5 now, and in more triple option, hands it to Smith, and he gets 7. He's the second best fullback in the nation. First is Caleb Hardy. We just watched him with Georgia Tech. First and 10. More triple option, handoff to Smith, and he is bottled up. This is a very interesting matchup. One of the best triple option teams in the country versus one of the best linebacker cores in the country. You have all 3 SFA players. Second and 7. Oh, a jet sweep out of nowhere, and he's bottled up. Williams on the tackle. Yep, that's his name. No first name. All he goes by is Williams. So a 3rd and 8 to start the game. Can Army stay on the field? Andy Gatewood drops back, has time, floats it short. Broken tackle. Down he goes. And there's Rocky Top invading Army like the beaches at Normandy. Do not clip that. That's a horrible joke. So here we go. Here's the punt. Oh, he finds the sideline. Benji Brown, the SFA player, gets about 8. So here comes Tennessee. Bit of a lackluster year for them. Won the Citrus Bowl last year. Have sights set on the playoff every year, of course. Dennis Martell, former Heisman finalist, gets 9 to start it out. SFA player. Pistol form now. Handoff here, and Dennis Martell will get the first. So they're across the 50 pretty quickly. First and 10, handoff to the outside. Dennis Martell, Stiffy's 1, and he gets 5. Now, fun fact, the 2 9 seeds who have won this matchup are Texas A&M and Georgia Southern. Those 2 teams went on to lose in the national championship. So it's the similar fate for Tennessee, as here's Dukes, he takes off. Dukes, he goes down. It'll be 3rd and inches. It was a 38-10 final out in Georgia Tech. 28-point win for Coach Mike. So 3rd down for Tennessee. Man in motion. Handoff Dennis Martell, and he spins out of the way, gets the first with ease. Army's defense is going to have to show up. They got to make those plays. Dukes to the outside, breaks a tackle, gets a block. Adam Dukes, it'll be a touchdown for Tennessee. 32 yards straight to the dome. Touchdown, Volunteers. Too easy to start the game for Tennessee. Army's got to lock in. And when you might want to start readjusting your expectations. You're not going to get offered the Tennessee job. So early 7-0 lead for Army. So Andy Gatewood. Hands off, finds the hole, breaks a tackle, Steffi's a man, and they get 10. Second and inches. Quick option. Gatewood goes down. It'll be 3rd and 2. Brought down by Keaton Long Slug, the SFA IGR. This monstrosity was made by Coach Keat, of course. 3rd and 2. Gatewood floats it out. That's going to be a 1st and more. Breaks a tackle. Still in bounds. Across the 45. Big run there for Richardson. It is huge that they have him back. This incredible Army season, this is the first time in SFA history a military academy has made the playoff. First and 10. Gatewood floats it out. Another nice carry and another decent gain. This time, Dan Robinson. You're good enough for the SEC, just not one of the perennial powerhouses that's stacked with SFA players. 2nd and 4. Floats that to the corner. That'll be about a yard, so another 3rd down coming. Third and 3. Handoff here to the fullback. Down he goes. So decision time for the armed forces. They will go for it. 4th down for Army. Gatewood drops back. He'll throw it, and it's off his own man. No way. Tough way to end a drive. He had an open man. It went off his lineman's helmet. 1st and 10, Tennessee. Quick option for Dukes. He breaks a tackle. Breaks a 2nd, a 3rd, and he gets 12. Tennessee looking to dominate Army today. Floats that over the middle. Gets 5. So a bit of a slow start for Army, but can the defense make a play? Second and 5 for Dukes. A handoff. It's another keeper. Dukes, the Heisman finalist, breaks another tackle as he gets a 1st down. He is so much better on the ground than through the air, so really got to watch out for his legs. 1st and 10, drops back, he takes off again, and this time they wrap him up. He gets 5. Tight end in motion here. Tennessee knocking on the door again. They bring a blitz. They get to him, and he somehow still spins for a gain. Adam Dukes is disgusting. So 3rd down for Tennessee. Massive chance for Army. The snap. It's another carry for Dukes, and he gets the 1st. Dukes is just soloing the Army right now. 7 for 70 yards. 1st and 10, the audible into the shotgun. He'll pass it, and he actually throws it this time. Modest 6 yards for Marcus Schwind. Second and 4 here for Tennessee. 1st quarter coming to an end. Handoff, Dennis Martell. He gets the edge and stood up and somehow gets 2 out of it. Took a ton of the Army Black Knights to finally bring him down. So 3rd and 1. Dukes takes off. He gets around the defender. Has eyes for the goal line, down at the 1. Yeah, Jarkus, I believe Adam Dukes is a communist. 1st and goal for Tennessee. Hand off. No, he's another keeper. Dukes scores again. 14-0. Army already on their back foot. The first ever playoff appearance for the Armed Forces. So here's the return. They'll take a touchback. So Army's been able to move the ball, but they've stalled out around midfield both times. They've got to be able to put together a drive here. This offense doesn't work if you can't hit those 3rd and shorts. Oh, nice play design there. It only gets them about 1, though. And that'll end the 1st quarter. The Volunteers lead 14-0 here at Mitchie. This has Notre Dame Army vibes from this year, unfortunately. 2nd and 9. They'll toss it out. Nothing doing for Robinson. It'll be a 3rd and long. Third down here. Andy Gatewood under center. Here's the snap. It's Gatewood. He has some time, and he delivers a strike to Smith, but it's very short of the line to gain. So the first 3 and out of the day for Army. Couldn't have come at a worse time. Tennessee will get the ball right back with good field position. See if they can flip the field a little bit here. Caught at the 30. Brought to the 42. Benji Brown, the SFA player. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here for Tennessee. See if Army makes any adjustments. It's another keeper for Dukes and another 2 broken tackles. Army has got to clean up that portion of their game. Already 92 yards on the ground here for Adam Dukes. Second and 4. Reverses his field. Down he goes. But they give him the first. Oh my. You got the SEC refs here. That was not a first down. First and 10, handoff here, Dennis Martell. He'll get 7. Second and 3. Dukes will throw it this time. Throws it short. Martell in the backfield. He doesn't step out. That's another first down. Army, atrocious tackling so far. Now a bubble the other side. This time they wrap him up after about 1 yard. A lot of checkdowns here so far for Tennessee. They can stop the run game. Might have a chance here. Dukes has time, takes off, finds a hole. They did put a spy out at least, as he'll go down after 7. So 3rd down here for Tennessee. Can Army generate a negative play? The handoff, Martell outside. It's another first down. Dinking and dunking it down the field this time. So Army stopping the big play, but can't get off the field. So inside 25. Tight end in motion. Another handoff, Dennis Martell to the outside, and another broken tackle, but he pushes him out at least. Martell now up to 50 yards, over 150 yards on the ground today for Tennessee already. They'll throw this one, and wide open underneath, and he'll be short. It'll be 3rd and inches. So limiting the gash plays, but still moving it just fine. 3rd down for Tennessee. We've got Wildcat. Man in motion. It's a keeper for Martell, and down he goes. Army finally gets off the field. And they will kick the field goal. So 34 yards from left hash to push it to 3 scores early on. Kick is up. And it is good for Tennessee. So domination here early, but Army got a positive result there. Down 17, but proving that they can at least hold back their offense at least a little bit. So can the Black Knights find a rhythm? Andy Gatewood's got to figure something out here. All 11 guys in the box on the defense. Quick option. Gatewood keeps it. He finds a hole. He bounces out wide, and he gets 16. Great start. Great play design there for the Black Knights, even though Tennessee is completely selling out for the run. First and 10. It'll be a throw for Gatewood. Dumps it short. We'll get 2 out of it to Dan Robinson. Second and 8 here for Army. Motion, they give it to the jet sweep. Broken tackle and a big hit. Keaton long slug cleans him up. So 3rd and 10 for Army. They've not been good on 3rd down. Gatewood steps up over the middle. It's short of the line to gain. 4th down. Tennessee's defense just too much for the Black Knights. So the punt here, trying to pin him deep. And just goes into the end zone. It's Tennessee playing practically the perfect game. And if you're Washington, you're looking at this result and you are not too happy about your draw in the quarterfinal. Dennis Martell takes the carry, finds the outside, evades the corner, and that will be a 15-yarder. Tennessee looking really good early on. Under center is Dukes. He drops back. They bring a blitz. He dumps it short. He has some blockers. Gets the edge. Another big play. Tennessee starts gashing them. The fat lady might be singing here soon. Tennessee looking unbeatable. Dukes has time, floats it over the middle, and short gain, 7 yards for the SFA player Trent Fox. IGR made by Dogwater. 7 for 7 start for Dukes. Would like him to throw it more than 2 yards down the field, though. 2nd and 3, hand off here to the outside, and there's a positive play for Army. Sean Waller. So 3rd and 7. Dukes, it's going to be a screen. They don't get him. 4th down. The defensive end hung on to Martell just a little bit too long. Just enough so that they could get to Dukes. So the first empty possession for Tennessee. Army looking to build off that. Remember, Tennessee does get the ball after halftime, so a score here would go a long ways for Army. Quick option, floats that out, and nothing doing on the edge. Second and 9 for Andy Gatewood. Be a throw. Gatewood has time, hits his man, and it's complete. Robinson hangs on. Great catch there from Dan Robinson, the running back. Can they build on this momentum? Minute 18 in the half. Triple option, and down goes Gatewood. It's long slug again. 3rd TFL of the ball game. They're not having a lot of success going to the left side. There's the first timeout of the half. How does Army get the ball rolling here? Quick option. There goes Gatewood. He finds the edge, and he gets about 11. It'll be 3rd and 1. They'll hurry it up here. Gatewood takes off. He gets the first down. Big play there from Gatewood. The drive continues. 47 seconds. The snap, the pass from Gatewood. He finds a hole again. He finds the right side, and he gets 13. .38 seconds left, 1 timeout. Gatewood, he takes off yet again. He finds the edge. He goes and down at the 18-yard line. They're inside the red zone now. They will spike this one. So 27 seconds left for Army. They have a timeout in the back pocket, but they want a touchdown. Motion option. Gatewood keeps it. He finds a hole, and he gets 5. Clock continues to run. They got to hurry this up. 3rd and 5. Gatewood will throw it. Gatewood takes off. And he pushes and can't get there. So they are going to have to take that timeout. So the end of the half, Army attempts a field goal from right hash. The kick is up and it's good. Army's on the board. So at halftime, the Volunteers are in control, up 14. All right, what a half of football. Tennessee dominating on the ground. Army, though, nice drive there at the end. A little bit of desperation ball there from Andy Gatewood. Can you see this Army defense step up? Maybe try and force the issue on Dukes. They just got to wrap up and make some of these tackles. Very poor tackling in the first half from Army. Only down 2 scores. We've seen many of these first-round games get down 2 scores. But if you look at the first half, Tennessee having more running yards than Army is a red flag, and neither team has passed the ball particularly well. So Tennessee will get the ball first. 18 minutes left in the CFP opening round of Season 17. Tennessee will return it up the gut to the 28, Benji Brown. So here comes Dukes and Martell up 14. Can they continue where they left off in the first half? Hand off to Dennis Martell. Stiffy's a man to start it, but he only gets 3. Army's got to wrap up better in this half. Only 3 down linemen. Pistol form. Counter here to Martell. He gets the edge. It's another big play as they push him out. $16 for Dennis Martell. At the 46, Adam Dukes. Hand off Martell again. Up the gut. He finds a hole, and they'll give him 10. He's second and short. Somehow squeeze through those blockers. Second and inches across the 50. Man in motion, hand off to Martell. He finds a hole, breaks a tackle, gets inside, and that's another 12 yards. They'll hurry it up. They're already at the 32. Dukes in shotgun. Man in motion. He'll keep it here, and down he goes. It's a negative play. Sean Waller, the middle linebacker, gets through. So second and 12, split backs. They'll audible into the pistol. Dukes, quick throw, though, goes nowhere. Brian Hall gets 1 yard. So 3rd and 11 for Tennessee, the split backs. They'll throw it, it's a screen. Benji Brown goes backwards. That might have knocked him out of field goal range. We'll have to see what Tennessee decides to do here. And they will attempt the kick. 54 yards from right hash. For the freshman. The kick hits up, and it is no good. So Army pushes them backwards, forces the long kick, and it's just wide left. Exactly what Army needed, an empty possession. Can they find an offensive groove? Gatewood drops back, and he goes down. Volunteers were not fooled by the play action. Now behind the sticks, Army's got to generate some positive plays. Man in motion. Gatewood, down he goes again! Another play by Buddy Blackwood, the SFA player. 3rd and 1,000,000. Gatewood drops back. He's gonna run out of time. Another sack. This time it's long slug. And the drive ends as quickly as it starts. Tennessee firing on all cylinders here today. So here's the return. They'll get up to the 41. Both teams empty possessions to start the second half. Two top 10 defenses, only 20 points scored between them. Handoff here, Dennis Martell. He'll push forward and get 7. Over 100 yards now for Dennis Martell. Heisman finalist in season 16. Dukes, the Heisman finalist in season 17. 2nd and 3. Drop back for Dukes, and he somehow finds room. And that'll be a first down. Just so many missed chances for negative yards or short plays here for Army so far. Self-inflicted errors, as now this is a gash. That's 10 for Martell. So 17-3, Tennessee back in field goal range. Handoff to Martell. He wiggles and gets 5. Tennessee more than happy to just keep it on the ground. And that's going to be a flag on Tennessee. The false start will move them backwards. Looked like that was on the center. Buddy, you set the snap. How are you going to false start? So 2nd and 10 now. Tennessee, handoff, Martell to the outside, cuts inside, and he'll get the first down anyways. 11-yard gain for Martell. They threaten the red zone. Motion for Tennessee, the handoff, Martell up the gut, runs over a man inside the 5. So close to a touchdown. Tennessee looking to take control and go up 3 scores. First and goal, Dukes keeps it, and they track him down. Second and goal for the Volunteers. To push this to 21. Motion. Handoff, Martell up the gut, and he is stuffed. 3rd and goal for Tennessee. Can Army get off the field? Pistol. Triple option, handoff to Benji Brown, and down he goes. So will they go for it? They will. So they pass it up the field goal. They want the touchdown. Huge play here. 4th and goal. Handoff Benji Brown, and touchdown Tennessee. 24-3. Very similar play to what we saw in the Georgia Tech Coastal game. A chance to really change the momentum on 4th and goal, but the offense converts. So just over 11 minutes left in this game. Army down 3 scores. They gotta find a way. We've not seen hardly any explosiveness from Army today. Tennessee looking to pull off the 5th ever for opening round upset. The 3rd ever 9 seed to beat the 8. Gatewood, he takes off, and he'll get himself 3 yards. Been a bit of a one-man show today for Gatewood. 2nd and 7. Handoff to the up man, and he breaks away. There goes Smith down the right side. He rumbles and tumbles for 34. Finally a big play for Army. Inside the 40 now, down 3 scores. Gotta open up the playbook here. Hand off to Dan Robinson. He goes nowhere. We've proven that they haven't been able to get to the outside today. I think you gotta attack in the middle or try your hand at throwing the ball. 2nd and 11. Triple option. Gatewood floats it out. That was risky, but Richardson gets 4. It'll be 3rd and 6. Third down for the Black Knights. They'll throw it. Gatewood has time over the middle and just off target. Would have been an easy conversion. And they will go for it. No man's land, down 21. The snap. They bring a blitz. Gatewood floats and converts. Drive continues. First and 10. Motion handoff, fakes. Gatewood to throw. He yams it and dropped on the outside. Nothing clicking today for the Army Black Knights. 2nd and 10, just outside the red zone. Handoff here to Robinson, and he can't find the edge. These linebackers have absolutely dominated Army all day long. So 1 quarter left in the college football playoff opening round here of season 17. Tennessee controls it 24-3. Now Army's knocking on the door, so never say never. 2 of 9 on 3rd down today. The snap, it's Gatewood. He throws it and stays in bounds, Robinson, but he'll be short. They'll go for it as a field goal does nothing for him. 2nd, 4th down of this drive. Motion. The snap, Robinson has time off the back foot, incomplete. Turnover on downs for Army. Gatewood had some time, but nobody was open. So Tennessee takes over, up 21. Over the middle, almost intercepted by Jermaine Johnson. That would have been huge. Second and 10 for Tennessee. They'll throw it again. They bring a blitz and they get to him. It's a sack. So for whatever reason, you start to feel like this defense has some momentum for Army. See if they can get a quick 3 and out. Obviously, the offense is doing them no favors today. 3rd and 1,000,000. Tennessee have a first down in them. They'll hand it off to Dennis Martell, and down he goes. So 3 and out, Army will get the ball back. The home crowd is in it a little bit here. So here's the punt. We're under 8 minutes to go. It's a 3-score game. Army on the return. They'll get past the 50. So 2 top 10 defenses here today. 27 combined points. But of course, Tennessee has 24 of them. Gatewood drops back. He takes off. He finds some room. Ball's on the ground, and they recover. Almost a disastrous moment there.
The previous play is under review.
They will review it. I think they might gain a couple of yards here. And it looks like he hit the ground as the ball collided with the knee of a defender. But yeah, I think his elbow was down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So it's reversed. I think that gives Army some yardage.
Just like that. Just like that. 51 Mike.
But very bang play. So 7.5 minutes remaining. Gatewood drops back. He dumps that short, and that goes nowhere. So another 3rd down coming up for Army. They've been abysmal on 3rd down today. 2 of 10. Motion. Gatewood has to float it out again, and that's 4th down. Atrocious offense today from Army. 4th and 7. They'll hand it off on 4th down, and he loses yardage. Gatewood hates the call. He throws his hands up in disgust. Tennessee takes over. Then that kind of day here for Army. The first ever military team to make the playoff. Not going too hot. So 1st and 10 for Tennessee. There goes Dukes. A big play for him. He'll get 14. Six and a half minutes left here for the Volunteers. A date with Washington in the Fiesta Bowl awaits. Tennessee now running clock. So the chances for Army here are dwindling at a rapid pace. A snap from Tennessee. The handoff to Dennis Martell. He'll push, and he gets 9. Yeah, somehow UTSA's offensive woes are going to get bailed out by Army. 2nd and 1 here for Tennessee. They'll continue to run some clock. Get this down to around the 5:17 mark. Second and 1 here for the Volunteers. There'll be a throw. Dukes takes off. He finds some room, and he gets 7. Fresh set of downs. He'll be able to run the clock further. Now here, empty set for Dukes. They'll continue to run the clock. It looks like our quarterfinal is nearly set. Here's the snap. It's a keeper for Dukes. He breaks a tackle, finds the edge, and inside the 5. Another missed tackle for Army. First and goal, 4.5 left. Hand off here. Dennis Martell to the outside. They seal it off, but down he goes. Florida man, the reason probably because Iowa State doesn't have a high-rated front seven. Second and goal, offset I. Clock continues to roll. Second and goal for the Volunteers. 3.5 left. Fullback dive goes nowhere. The third and goal. Army calls a timeout. The snap on third down. Dukes goes nowhere. So they'll kick the field goal here. The snap, the kick, and it's good. Tennessee leads by 24. So technically it stays a 3-score game for Army. But Tennessee does what they needed to do, run the clock. They took about half the clock off. And you can just see the difference in speed, agility, athleticism here for the Volunteers. Three minutes and some change left for Army. Can they find a touchdown? Dumps that off to Smith. He runs over one, gets 9. 27-3 right now. We'll throw it again. Gatewood dumps it off again. If they keep giving it to him, he'll keep taking it. They'll hurry it up here. Be a pass, and down he goes. That's a sack. The snap, Gatewood takes off again, escapes, ball's on the ground, Tennessee has it! Our first turnover of the day. He fumbled on the last drive, they recovered it. So Rocky Top takes over Michie Stadium as we are 2.5 minutes away. So the quarterfinal is pretty much set as Martell gets himself 12. So we'll have 6 different conferences in the quarterfinals and 2 SEC and 2 Big 12 teams. So the 2 at-larges that moved on from the opening round are Iowa State and Tennessee. So the handoff here to the outside. Down he goes. So the Independents in the playoff will go 0-2. Of course, it was an uphill climb for both of them. If either had a real chance, it was going to be Army tonight. Third down for the Volunteers. Handoff, Dennis Martell, and he goes down. So we'll get another field goal attempt. This time it'll be 43 yards. They'll run clock, though. Trying to make this a 30-3 game. So 44 yards from right hash. The Volunteers. The kick is up and good. The lead is 27. Just a perfectly executed game from Tennessee today. There were only 6 points in the second half for them. No touchdowns. Would like a little bit more of a killer instinct. This game could have gotten out of hand, but last chance for Army on their best season in SFA history, making the playoff. Been a very successful year, home game as well. We'll get one more play. Come on, give us an epic highlight. The snap, it's Gatewood over the middle, caught. Campbell gets 13. So as we hit triple zeros, Tennessee has done it. In our fifth year here of the opening round, it's our fifth ever seeded upset as the 9 wins over the 8 for the third time. Tennessee will go on to face Washington in the Fiesta Bowl as our quarterfinal is set. Thank you guys so much for watching the opening round over the last couple of days. And now we're headed to neutral sites the rest of the way. 7 games left in Season 17. We'll see you there. Alright, quarterfinals are set, baby. Dukes, player of the game. This one was kind of over from the get-go. Army had a couple of decent drives to start, but never really made an effort. That's just kind of how the first round shooken out over these past 5 years. We average 1 upset a year. We got 2 last year, but 9s over the 8s doesn't really... Those are true toss-up games. And then, if you really want to count North Carolina, last year, even though they were like the top at-large team, it was more of a seeding issue that they're the 10 seed. So really like 1 true upset that we've had in 5 seasons. Wyoming last season. So that's why you play the game. It's always fun to get more game days. But I think another successful first round. We had a lot of great moments and 2 really good games. So Dukes from the get-go, and then they did not score really much anytime else. So Andy Gatewood, the junior, 14 of 17, 88 yards, 82%. He was their leading rusher. I would have loved Richardson to get more carries. He was much more explosive than Robinson was, but Robinson kept getting the touches. They couldn't do anything through the air. And on defense, Waller was really good, but that's just about it. He had 1 sack, 5 TFLs. No turnovers, 1 deflection, and no forced fumbles. For Tennessee, Adam Dukes, 9 of 11, 44 yards. Not the kind of performance you expect out of a quarterback, but they dominated on the ground. Combined over 300 yards. It is Martell and Dukes. Dukes picked up 2 touchdowns. And through the air, nobody did really anything. And on defense, Vandersloot, 10 tackles, 5 TFLs from Long Slug, and 3 total sacks, all SFA players. No interceptions, no deflections, but they got 1 forced fumble and the recovery from Jackson Hazelhurst, who is playing. So that's going to do it here from the opening round. We'll check out players of the game. I'll post an updated bracket here in a couple of minutes. VODs will be coming later tonight. Highlights will be tonight or tomorrow. Not sure when I'll post them. And like I said, I don't know when I'm going to be doing the opening or the quarterfinals. Most likely quarterfinals will be Saturday and Sunday, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know my schedule quite yet. But I do not anticipate them being any time this week as right now. But that is a Tennessee cover. We'll also tonight get the BearCave final scoring here as Tennessee covers -10 pretty easily. So that'll do it from the opening round. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you so much for all the support in the SFA. We got 8 really good teams left. We got a Cy-Hawk matchup, so very excited to see how it all plays out. We'll see you then. Peace, peace.